Alright, let's check into this creek back here. I think we're good. Rained last night. Let's back out of here. Falling off. There we go. Got some thorns back there I'd be concerned with. But yeah, everything's pretty much wet. But attempt to get a fire going in my usual area, get coffee going. As you can see. The one thing, possum mentality right there, that water jug. I found that in somebody's recycle bin. And I usually carry water jugs, just so I can have a lot of water with me, especially when I'm on the road. Right now I'm not on the road, I'm just kind of chilling here westerly. So let's get coffee made. I had fun after the fire started getting made, and I do have Surefire as a lighter. I always believe in using the lighter first, especially in wet conditions. I don't mind throwing sparks, but I had this Wazoo for sparks, and it does throw the sparks, but you're better off with a longer ferro rod than having this can be backup. Ferro rod's also backup. You want that lighter, but we'll get to that here in a minute. Alright, well, we're going to be using two fire starters. This plug right here has got cotton inside. I break it open, and this is wax that's on the cotton. I call the fire plug is the way it looks. I have fat wood here. We're going to shave on fat wood too. I do have, hope you guys can see this. You can or can't. Let me see what I can do about readjusting my phone. I don't think you guys can see this. Alright. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape on this fat wood. Hope you guys can hear me. Put that there. I'm not worried about getting that fire plug wet because it is covered with wax. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to shave some pieces off here. Anything major. And for y'all that don't know what flatwood is, flatwood comes out of pine. You find yourself a down pine tree and it looks rotten, and if it's harder than a rock, especially red pine. I've heard red pine is the best for this. Because you should be able to find flatwood. Now normally what most people would do is take the back of their knife, a 90-degree spine, and scrape on it for lower piece, then they'll take that spark. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take my lighter, light a piece, because what I'm doing now, it'll probably catch a spark, but I don't know if it will or not. So I'm going to trust in the Surefire with my lighter. There's nothing wrong with ferro rods, but why make life difficult? Let's keep it simple. Some people are better than others with ferro rods. I'm not that great with them, especially the smaller ones, which is what I'm dealing with now. Now I can get it lit with the fire plug. There's a fire starter, and we take a spark very easily. But I wouldn't use my lighter. And you should smell this. It smells good. It smells like pine. I'm just kind of shaving me down a pile here. This stuff is kind of wet. I got the smallest stuff possible out of the trees. Broke with that snap, as I said on last video. You want that snap on there, or not? I don't know. You want to hear the snap. I don't know how to talk one of these days. All right. Pick my knife up, of course. And here's what it looks like. Look at the color of that. That's some good fat. Well, I'll smell it while I'm shaving on it, but look at that color. If you got color like that, you're doing great. I don't know how well you guys see that. I'll just stick it right in this plastic bag. This stuff here, it's also good for wet weather. You get it wet, just shake it off, wipe it off. Shavings, you should be able to get fire with it. So we'll go over here. Go ahead and set my coffee and stuff over here so I can get that ready. A little bit of extra wire here we're going to use. Probably not a good idea if you're in an area that's green to lay this down. This is green, but what's green here? I just saw that. All I'm gonna do is break this apart. Get that cotton out of there. There we go, I actually pulled that out of there. It's alright. And that will catch a spark, or in this case, I'm gonna light some of that fat wood and just put it on there. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with lighting it either. That means just a small piece. And I caught this like some of that pile of shavings, which is catching. That's catching. Alright. Very careful. I'm going to try to stay out of the phone's way here while I'm doing this. There is a toad. I'm not going to chase it. I got to tend to this fire. I was going to show you guys, but I got that there. I didn't see it until I got this done up. What I'm looking to do now, I should have done this with this a little bit differently, is put some of this very little penciled edge stuff on here. And hold it up for a minute. Get that drying up. It may take it a minute. Let's get that to my wood a little bit too high here. You don't want to be directly on it, but you do want your wood to be on that flame a little bit until the heat from it. Got some more of those stuff we can do with. Now I found some of this stuff under a tree too. Don't be afraid to look under trees. That flame is coming up. You'll see it here in a minute. I'm going to put this inside my shirt here. But I'd rather have a socket pressed right up against my chest and it hurts, so I don't. It is starting to get above the so I'll crisscross this, what I'll do. Take more of this little stuff. And that has some air. Don't be afraid to spread it apart and have some air. And I got some more little stuff. I made a point to collect a bunch of little stuff. Now this kind of put on there haphazardly. Don't have to be picky about it. In fact, remember that fire likes chaos. As you can see, I got it going. I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute like that. A wet stick in there, I can tell you that much without smoke. And I'll begin to dry that out. And I'll be right back. I'm not gonna bore you guys to death with watching this. I haven't quite got it going yet. Alright, what we're waiting for now, it's climbing, but we're waiting for that wood to dry a little bit more. It'll go into a flame here in a minute. Now here's how I make my coffee. I don't measure nothing. like this. Now, when this was grinded for me, he didn't grind it that fine. Some of it was, some of it wasn't. And we're using the wrong cup. That's my coffee cup. This here, and I'm about to show you my pot. You guys have seen it before, so I'm not in a big rush to get it over there. There we go. Like that. So because it's not finely ground, I do have to keep my lid on while I'm pouring the coffee. I kind of discovered that the other day. Some of it was, the very top of it was, but that's alright, it still works. So what I was going to do is stick a hand in there. Oh, I don't know. Probably a handful there. And then I'll stick this a little bit more. Alright. That's how I'll do that. Now I'll just stick some water in it. I won't fill it up all the way because I'll use the cold water to go ahead and get those grounds down the bottom, but they're not going to go down to the bottom. This is not the most finely ground coffee. So I'll get back with you guys. Alright, I do finally have the fire going. I actually almost lost, we were talking about a little bit of a flame. Now I'm scrounging around for drier wood to split in it and everything else, the little pieces, as much as possible. I honestly didn't think it was going to go. I was like, uh-oh, I'm trying to make a video and don't want to go. This happens sometimes when we're in wet woods, and it is wet here. So basically all that wood I had is gone. I still have this and a couple big pieces there. I'm just wanting coffee. I was thinking about roasting an apple. We might still do that. I don't know yet, because this is turning into kind of a pain in the butt to keep it going. If I can get coffee going, I'm happy. The roasted apple, who knows? I'll get back to you. Alright, here's how I have my coffee pot setting. Let me zoom out. This phone's got mine on. There we go. But I have it setting directly on top of the sticks that's holding the flame, so I'm really having to watch it and make sure it don't fall over. Sticking up against it like I normally do wasn't working, because I am having problems getting the fire started because it's so wet. Even the stuff I'm picking off the trees is giving me problems. But anyways, I'll get back with you. Oh, there isn't going to be no roasted apple. I felt some raindrops and thought it was going to rain there for a minute. I didn't have coffee going on the fire. I was like, oh hell. But anyways, well, at least to get a cup of coffee out of this. Alright, we'll enjoy a fire for a minute. Get this going. I'll go ahead and put more water in here. And with that, sit for a minute. One thing I like about titanium is it does cool off faster. Coffee's still hot, but then the downside of titanium is keeping things hot. But it's not cold out here, so I'm not completely worried about it. And if I have to, I can sit by the fire. We're not going to do all that. I'm just going to keep the lid on it while we wait. It's out of the way and we can enjoy the fire. I gotta be careful how close I overheated my phone yesterday during the video, and the video didn't get put out because of it. This is basically what I was trying to do. So for this time I get to play in wet weather. Getting that fire going in wet weather was a challenge. I will tell you this, anything that's natural, that's wet, is going to be tough. Fire starters is a good thing. But it's one of those, when you ain't got money, you put up with what you have to put up with. I didn't use natural. You guys saw me use the punk wood. I mean, not the punk wood, but fat wood and stuff like that. The punk wood I got from over there, it's nice and soaked. It can still be charred, but it'll take forever. So I'll get back. Well, we'll watch the fire. Let you guys watch the fire. I don't know what time it started raining. Around, I don't know, 4? I've been up since 4, so yeah, it probably started raining since then. That creek back there makes you kind of nervous, but it's not too nervous. I actually think I went back to sleep, woke up again at 4:30, and pretty much stayed awake. So I've been up, just waiting for it to turn daylight so I'm not tripping in the woods. I gotta change batteries in my flashlight. I got these sucky ass batteries and they suck. Next time I have money, I'll get an Energizer or Duracell. Something good, something that'll last me a while. The batteries I have now, they don't even last. Flashlight's great. Battery stood, on the other hand, not so good. Yes, we got a siren. This town is made of sirens. I am kind of by, that's an ambulance, good. Where I'm at, unless this is very smoky, I should be alright as far as the traffic not be able to see the fire. That's kind of why I come back here and not next to my tent. I mean, they're driving by so fast I'm not that worried about it, but still keep it hidden. Now I do have a fence over there. And there's a parking lot, but there's nothing in this parking lot. Now there was a guy that came back yesterday. He ain't calling nobody, he came back to take a piss. And when he saw me, he zipped right back up and pissed somewhere else. I started to say something, but I was like, do I really want to get caught out of it? He saw me, so. I mean, I turned my back to him. I wasn't going to watch him take a piss. But here's what I've been doing with this wood right here that I just put on was kind of wet because I redid the fire because it went out. And I blew it. I was able to blow it back into existence. And I had stashed a coal bed. So if you can get a coal bed going and keep the coals hot, you're good. Let's get some coffee. It should be a minute by now. Usually, I wouldn't have to worry about getting grounds in my coffee when you do this, but because this isn't all that fine, I think most of it's sunk down the bottom. We'll find out. I'm not going to do it like this anyways. I like coffee, but I don't necessarily want coffee grounds in my coffee. Have a slow process. Open that crack a little bit more. This is where our coffee filter will come in handy. I still got a little bit. Alright, let's try this coffee, shall we? I'm feeling raindrops. I'll get back with you. I gotta adjust the camera. Alright, let's try this coffee. That's good. Alright, I'll let you guys watch this fire some more. Alright. It's gonna go out, so we'll let it go out. I'll pour water on it here in a minute. I brought my gallon jug out here. If you're wondering what I'm spitting out, I did get a coffee bean in my coffee. I opened it a little bit too far. There. Don't seem to have any coffee grounds. See if I can just a little bit more. There we go. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and leave you. I'll go see you guys on the next one. I gotta put out this fire and get this coffee drank and get me into town. Got another coffee ground in my mouth, that's alright. Opened it a little bit too much. I was in a hurry to get coffee in my cup. But I'll leave you guys watching this fire. I'll see you on the next one.